Okay. Despaired of all the labor in which I had toiled under the sun. Verse 21. For there is a man whose labor is with wisdom, knowledge, and skill, yet he must live his heritage to a man who has not labored for it. This also is vanity and a great evil. Verse 22. For what has man for all his labor and for the striving of his heart with which he has toiled under the sun. Verse 23. For all his days are sorrowful, and his work bearing, bearing some. Even in the night his heart takes not what rest. And also is vanity. Verse 24. Nothing is better for a man than that he should eat and drink, and that his soul should enjoy good in his labor. This also I saw was from the hand of God. Verse 25. For who can eat or who can have enjoyment more than I? Verse 26. For God gives wisdom and knowledge and joy to a man who is good in his sight, but to a sinner he gives the work of gathering and collecting, that he may give to him who is good before God. This also is vanity and grasping for the wind. Chapter 3. To everyone there is a season, a time for every purpose under heaven. Verse 2. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, and a time to pluck what is planted. Verse 3. A time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up. Verse 4. A time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn. Mourn, and a time to dance. Verse 5. A time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones, a time to in barrens and barrens. Embrace, and a time to refrain. Refrain from embarrassing. Verse 6. A time to gain and a time to loss, a time to keep and a time to throw away. Verse 7. A time to tear and a time to saw, a time to keep silence and a time to speak. Verse 8. A time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. That's not supposed to happen. Verse 9. What profit has the worker from that in which he labors? Verse 10. I have seen the God-given task with which the sons of man are to be What are you doing? What? Occupied it. Verse 11. He has made everything beautiful in his time. Also, he has put eternity in their hearts, except that no one can find out the work that God does from beginning to the end. Verse 12. I know that nothing is better for them than to rejoice and to do good in their lives. Verse 13. And also that every man should eat and drink and enjoy the good of all his labors. It is the gift of God. Verse 14. I know the whatever God does, it shall be forever. Nothing can be added to it and nothing taken from it. God does it and man should fear before him. Okay. God does it that man should fear before him. Verse 15. That which has already been and what is to be has already been, and God requires an account of what is past. Verse 16. Moreover, I saw under the sun, in the place of judgment, wickedness was there, and in the place of righteousness, iniquity was there. Verse 17. I said in my heart, God shall judge the righteous and the wicked, for there is a time there for every purpose and for every work. Verse 18. I said in my heart, concerning the condition of the sons of man, God tests them, that they may see that they themselves are like animals. Verse 19. For what happens to the sons of man also happens to the animals. One thing befalls them, as one dies, so dies the other. Surely they all have one breath. Man have no and vengeance over animals, for all his vanity. Verse 20. All go to one place, all are from the dust, and all return to dust. Verse 21. Who knows the spirit of the sons of man, which goes upward, and the spirit of the animal, which goes down to the earth? Verse 22. So I provided that nothing is better than that a man should rejoice in his own works, for that is his heritage, for who can bring him to see what will happen after him? Verse chapter 4. Then I returned and considered all the operation oppression that is done under the sun. And look, the tears of the oppression, but they have no comforter, comforter, comforter on the side of their oppressors. There is power, but they have no comforter.